Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Right On Radio. I think this is episode 8. We're almost one season through. I think I'm going to do 10 episodes. But today, we have the pleasure of having Stephen Curtis on the episode, on the podcast. He is a local hip hop rap artist from the city. He also plays guitar too, from what I have learned. So he's here to tell us what he has to offer, what he's all about, talk about his music, his beginnings in the scene here, what future plans he has. And I also learned that he is a bit of an Oasis fan. So we'll talk about that a bit too. So how you doing, man?
I'm good, Josh. Thanks for having me. This is dope.
Yeah, no problem, man.
I realized I'm exposing my Govey with the name, but that's okay. My artist name, though, as you said, is Stephen Curtis, and it's my middle name,
Oh,
Curtis.
okay. Yeah, I was kind of curious.
Um,
I was kind of curious about that. So Stephen Curtis is your artist name?
yeah, and it's just my first name, my middle name.
Oh, okay, cool.
But now you get an Easter egg for the podcast too, because for whatever reason, Zoom's just shipping my Govey. So there you go.
Okay, cool, cool, cool.
Yeah.
Um, I was just gonna ask something quickly. Would you consider like hip hop and rap? Would there be anything else you consider your music to be?
Yeah, like alternative. I usually now just call it alternative
Yeah,
because I feel like it's elements of hip hop. Like a lot of the rhythmic stuff is hip hoppy. A lot of the like cadences, I guess, and how I say stuff is hip hoppy. And I grew up on hip hop. Like that's definitely what I started doing.
yeah,
I'd say like some of my older music is more like hip, like truly hip hop.
nice.
But now most of the songs are like started on the guitar, kind of like singer-songwriter style. So I feel like that love I have also for like indie music, alternative music has like blurred that line.
Yeah,
But yeah, people can describe it however they want. I just called it like alternative or like alternative hip hop-ish,
yeah,
indie-ish. I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of incorporate your guitar playing with like hip hop and rap. I think that's really cool. It sounds awesome. It's interesting. It's different.
Yeah, thanks. I mean, yeah, it's just like I think a natural blend of just all the shit like I grew up on. I
Yeah,
mean, we talked about it like you love Oasis, I love Oasis too. They're the best, and I feel like most people from our generation because of the internet are like that, where like I grew up listening to Oasis. I also grew up listening to like De La Soul and like holding them in like equal esteem in my head, being like both of these worlds are sick. So
nice.
yeah.
Oasis is one of your biggest influences growing up.
Um, I feel like I started really, really, I mean, I heard all the like classics, but I really started fucking with Oasis probably like later than most, like 2018-ish. I was in Spain. I was like got really in this like Oasis wormhole when I was living there.
Nice.
So I guess at that time I was like 23.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So you kind of started learning like the few chords that Oasis uses, but
Yeah.
they use the same chords, but they use it in so many different ways. Noel Gallagher is
Yeah.
pretty genius.
Yeah. Yeah, a genius songwriter.
Like
He's fine.
one of the last great songwriters.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
But enough about Oasis for now. More about you. That's why you're on here. So yeah, tell us about like, so you grew up in Edmonton, right?
Yeah, grew up here.
Yeah, tell us about your beginnings here and kind of how you started in the scene and, your story.
So musically, it started with violin.
Okay.
I started playing violin when I was like 5, something like that. I don't even remember,
Yeah.
really. My mom wanted me to play an instrument. She was a piano player. She took me to a symphony and was like, pick an instrument, but you have to play an instrument.
Yeah.
So I picked violin, I guess. I don't remember picking it, but I picked it.
Okay.
And then I played violin for like, yeah, probably like till I was like 14 or 15, so like 10 years.
Nice.
But somewhere around, like 11 or 12, I was like then getting into I guess like my own taste in music outside of what my mom played, which was a lot of cool stuff. Like I went to folk fest as a kid all the time. I remember my mom playing like Dire Straits, Jackson Brown, like some really cool stuff.
Yeah.
But then yeah, I hit like kind of like late elementary and I was like, okay, what do I like though? And then it was like Green Day, Blink-182. Shortly after that, like really got into rap, like Kanye,
Mm.
Lil Wayne. That was like, 2008-ish when I was like getting into that stuff. So yeah. At that point, I think I just thought like, okay, violin's cool, but like I want to like play stuff that's like more like what I like.
Yeah, totally.
So my parents had a Mac computer and I just learned how to like rip a beat off YouTube and like put it in the computer
Yeah.
in the GarageBand. And so that's what got me like rapping, I guess, and just like I love freestyling, writing stuff all the time.
Yeah.
Um, and then throughout junior high, high school, like loved to rap, did a lot of just like, yeah, freestyling with my friends, recording songs, but I would say like not really seriously.
Yeah.
I feel like there was like definitely a part of me that was like, this is serious, but those were more like the songs I would just like keep to myself.
Of course.
Um, and then around like late high school, early university, that's when I was like, hey, like what am I doing? Like I really like this,
Yeah.
and I shouldn't like not pursue it just because I'm like scared that it's like going to be bad or lame or something. So
Yeah.
around that time, I started like really, I guess, getting into making my own music fully and doing shows, putting out songs. Shortly after that, a couple of years after that, I was like, well, I know how to play violin. I kind of know some music theory. I want to make my own beats too. So then I got into beat making, producing. And then guitar was kind of like smattered throughout. Like there was phases where I'd like pick up a guitar and be like, this is fun, cool, whatever.
Yeah.
Play it for a few months. But more so in like the last 3-ish years, I like was like, okay, I really want to like know how to play guitar properly.
Yeah. It's really cool skill to know how to, you know how to actually play and not like pretend you're playing.
Yeah, for sure.
Very
And
intricate thing, right?
yeah, well, yeah, it can be, and
Yeah.
it can be simple too. Like some of the best songs ever on guitar are like 2 chords, 3 chords. But
Noel Gallagher is.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think the best thing about guitar to me is like I see it as like the best songwriter instrument
Yeah.
because you can pick it up right away and like strum and you can like do different things rhythmically really easy, and you can play a couple chords and like there's your whole song as long as you have something to say on it, like a melody, you have the whole song. So I think that's part of the reason I really liked it and like got more into it was I realized like it's a way easier way to just like quickly get to the idea.
Yeah.
Whereas if I'm like beat making, I might sit there for 30 minutes doing drums before I get to say what I'm feeling.
Of course.
And I don't know, just the guitar is just like a nice way to just quickly access those feelings, I guess.
Yeah. I was watching a interview with Noel like, yesterday. He was talking about songwriting himself, and he was like, the best songs come right away.
Yeah.
Nine out of 10 times they'll come right away, and you won't have to think about it twice. You just know, right? And it's it's kind of like you can't really explain that feeling when you know you have something so good that you just know people will resonate with. It's hard to put it into words. You know what I'm talking about?
I do, and I think it's impossible to put into words
Yeah.
because I don't think there's a way to qualify it.
No.
Sometimes I think about the analogy of like when you like a person,
Yeah.
it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
Like you can't really say why. Like
It's
I
like,
could be like, oh, like I like Josh because he seems like a really nice guy. He's into cool music. He does the podcast. That's cool. But like there could be another person who has all those same qualities, and it's just like, well, I just don't vibe with them in the same way.
totally. Yeah.
And I think songs are like that too. It's like there's something about it you can't ever put a finger on like why you like it.
Totally. It's kind of like that sixth sense you have, right? That only you
You,
know. You only know.
yeah, yeah. It's like some undeniable shit because I think it just like if a song like touches you in that way where you're like, whoa, you're almost not thinking about any of the qualities of it.
No, exactly.
Like when I'm
You don't
really
have to
when
think
I
about it, right?
right.
Yeah.
Like sometimes like I mean I make a lot of music collaborating with my friends. And so we'll play each other tracks all the time. We have a group chat, we'll like shoot tracks back and forth. But like the best songs I think that get sent in there get like none of like the thought almost. Because someone will send something and everyone's just like sick.
Yeah. Y-
Versus like if a song is sent and it's like, oh, like the bass line is cool.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, it is cool, but
Cool, but like, you
you
know,
know, something about it made you like think about it while you were listening to it. Whereas I think the best songs you like feel them when you're listening to it.
yeah, it's cool, but like, where's that feeling, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Um, Say you're talking about working on music yourself and everything, and have you only really ever been like a one man kind of show, or have you played with other bands?
I used to have, this is like way back now, but around the time I was probably like 22 or 23, I was doing like kind of like a full band lineup for some of my sets. So like a bass player and a guitarist and me playing some keys and a drummer and a lot of the same friends that I like still make music with. We were just kind of like a makeshift band, but it was a sick time and fun. And then
Yeah.
more recently, like I've gotten the opportunity to like play with some bands, which has been sick and just like do vocals.
Yeah, nice.
Um, and like me and another one of my friends who make music, Sean, we did a show. I think that was like late July at the Buckingham. And so it was like two of us kind of just like duetting on guitar.
Oh, that's sick.
I love the like collaborative feel of doing that stuff, but um yeah, always like in terms of releasing my music, it's been like solo projects.
Cool. That's cool. So you like the collaborative like aspect of it. But do you prefer like being in a band, or do you prefer being by yourself?
I think I prefer playing music with other people.
Yeah.
And I definitely like the collaborative feel like in the studio, like kind of like the closest friends I make music with, we all release music as solo artists, but like we'll do a lot of seshing where we're all in the same space and we're kind of like working on different things or like pitching in ideas on other people's things.
Yeah.
I love that vibe, but I also I've always felt like a very like personal, like diary-ish attachment to my writing.
Yeah.
So at the same time as like loving that jam in the live space or like in the studio, like I usually write alone.
Yeah. There's certain aspects you like of both that
Yeah,
that you can't necessarily get from one another, right?
for sure, for sure. There's something like magical about like the resonance and like connection in like a live jam or like a live space, but there's also something magical about like when I'm in a room like this by myself, just like writing lyrics or like jamming on guitar, you know, both are
Yeah.
like important, I think.
Yeah, because you're really honing in at that point when you're by yourself, right?
Mm.
When you're with other people, there's that energy that you can't necessarily. Well, of course you can get energy by yourself, but it's a different kind of energy, right?
Yeah, for
So,
sure.
yeah,
Yeah, I think balance is good. For me, at least, I like balance.
for sure. You ever put like violin or anything in your songs?
No, dude, I don't know how well I could play violin now, honestly.
No, you ever thought
Because
of doing that?
I think I could pick it up pretty quick,
Yeah,
and maybe I should. But like
yeah,
I played it long enough and well enough at the time that I think I could pick it up quite quickly,
yeah.
especially since I'm like still actively playing instruments and producing and stuff. But I haven't probably picked it up since I was 15 or 16. So
Might be a little rusty. It might take some time.
yeah, I'd probably be a little rusty.
Yeah, I think like with anything, right? Like you pick it up after a while. It's kind of like muscle memory. You just kind of,
Yeah, I should think of adding some to a track. That's a good idea, actually.
yeah. Why not?
But I'd need like a 3 month run in, you know, I need to
Yeah,
like pick it up and jam for 3 months and then be like, okay, now I'll go record some.
of course. Yeah. Um, you go to school for music or anything like that?
That time I was in Spain, I was in school for music, but not for like writing music. I was in a music business program.
Okay. What was that like?
So it was super cool.
Yeah.
Super cool. And it was all like Yeah, it's basically like business classes, but like in the context of music with kind of like case studies and projects all built around
Yeah.
music. So it was, yeah, it was a great experience, really fun,
So
and met like lots of cool people there.
yeah, for sure. Um, what kind of stuff did you take from school and like apply it to your, own professional career in music? I can think of a few things.
That's a good question. I don't know. I think like the biggest thing I got out of all of that was just like the experience of like being in a new country, in a new place around a bunch of people who are like equally as passionate about
Yeah,
the same thing.
totally.
Um, and I definitely think I don't know if I could like name individual things, but I came out of that year with a fuller appreciation of what is like the total picture of being an artist, I suppose.
Yeah, the grand scheme, the grand scope, I guess.
Right. Um, and I think there's people who like to like specialize in a niche and really like hone into a particular skill set.
Yeah,
And then there's people who like to kind of like dabble around a bit more. And I think I'm more of a person who likes to dabble around a bit more.
kind of get a little taste of everything, right?
Yeah, like I like playing guitar, but I also like making beats, but I also like writing lyrics. And then I also think it taught me on the business side, on the other side, like it helped me. I think artists can get stuck in like, and I certainly have at points in like the mentality of, well, it should just like only be about the music. Like if the music is good enough, then it'll work. And if the music isn't good enough, then that's the only. And like to some extent, I'm a believer in that. I think the music has to be good enough for sure. But I think it taught me, okay, if you want your message to be conveyed, like if you actually want people to listen to this and things to come out in the right way, you have to like understand the other sides too.
Yeah, that,
Because whether you like it or not, your video, your cover art, your um like promotion around it, all those things are part of how that message gets to the person.
totally.
It's part of the experience. And then I think I realized more like, okay, if I care about the music, I also have to kind of care about these other things, you know?
Of course, there's understanding the bigger picture of it all, but there's also you also have to. I mean, we're our own worst critics. I mean, you also have to believe that your music is good enough.
Yeah.
Right? Like you know if it's good or not, right?
Yeah. Yeah. You definitely have to believe.
Yeah,
I think it still all starts with the music
of
for
course.
sure. It has to. Um, and you have to believe in that. And if you don't, well, it'll be tough for sure. But yeah, I just think that's the main thing I took out of that was like, okay, if I believe in this, then I have to at least understand some of the other sides of how this works.
Yeah, like kind of see it through, right?
Yeah, and it gives you more like I think the idea of business to some artists is seen as negative because there's so many cases where like you hear about a label or a business or something like kind of like compromising the art.
Yep.
But I try to see it as okay, if I can learn this stuff, I can hopefully like influence that side to better reflect the art,
Yeah,
if
totally.
that makes sense. Because then if I'm going to roll out a single or a project or something the way I want to do it and like handle more of that side,
Yeah.
hopefully too I can like have more control and like again like the overall experience, I guess.
Yeah, it's kind of like taking it for what it is and understanding that and not letting it stump you. It's taking it as the experience and being open to learning a lesson from it, right?
Yeah, for sure open to learning lessons. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a big part.
Um, yeah, those those damn music labels always get in the way, hey?
Yeah, well, I don't have that problem right now, so
Uh, um, so you went to school in Spain?
yeah, I was in school in Valencia.
Yeah, so how how did you end up in Spain? Like how did that work out? It's pretty crazy.
It is crazy, but it was just like this program there.
Yeah.
There was this program there. I finished undergrad. I like didn't really know what to do with my life. I still don't, but I feel like better about that now than I probably did at the time.
Like no one knows.
Yeah. I mean, I know what music is what I want to do with my life, but
Of
I think I was less certain and confident in myself as like someone in their young 20s.
Yeah.
And finished undergrad was just kind of like, I don't know what to do. I think my dad suggested the program to me. He found it somehow and was like, "Oh yeah, there's this like program where it's like kind of music, but also like it's like practical. You get like business skills, you know, blah blah blah, blah." I was like, "Okay, cool." It was like a master's program, so it was like short.
Yeah.
And I think he probably suggested it just because he thought one, like, oh, it would be something for my son to do. That'd be good,
Yeah.
other than just like being confused, which was nice. And
A little guidance.
also, yeah, a little guidance,
Yeah.
but also I had like taken more of an interest throughout undergrad in like taking a hold of that side anyways. Like I had started to release music, as I said, and started to like do shows, and then I was like, oh, well, like it would be so fun to throw my own shows because then I would just like again have more control of the experience, and wouldn't that be great?
Exactly. Yeah.
So then through university, like every summer, me and my friends were running this thing called the block party, and it was just like a big hall party basically. Um, and they were like, I would say big successes. Like we always had tons of people out, gave all the money to charity, put a bunch of local acts on the bill. So I also think my dad saw that and was like, well, maybe you'd be good at this, you know?
It's awesome. Nice.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, dads know best. Right?
Sometimes, yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes. Totally. Um, so you've played all over the city, like for shows, show wise, or have you ventured off into like areas outside the city or like outside of Alberta?
I played some shows in Calgary. I played a show in Calgary this year, actually.
Oh, nice.
That was super fun. Played a couple shows in Vancouver. I played some shows in Spain when I was over there.
That's sweet.
I'd like to venture out more. That's part of my game plan for next year is just like apply to mad festivals, try to get myself like some kind of mini tour going, you know, more
Yeah,
Western Canada type of thing.
grind.
And then in the city, like, yeah, all over. Everything, man. Everything from like legit venues to like around this time in undergrad when we were throwing these hall parties, we also used to just like have shows at my friend's house when his parents were out of town. They
That's
would like go to Arizona and we just like set up speakers in the living
party.
room and do shows there. And
Sweet.
I played a pep rally at my high school, like when I was like out of high school.
Yeah.
I've done, yeah, lots of different weird things in the city for
You've done
sure.
you've done a lot and in a lot of different places. That's really cool. What's been your favorite place, would you say?
To play a show?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, you got good questions. It'd be really hard to pick just one. I mean, we just did a show last night that was really fun that you came to.
I'll be asking about that.
And thank you for coming.
Yeah, of course.
That was a great show. That venue was awesome.
That was
Not to
really
like
cool. Yeah,
jump you to a further question, but that venue, I was like really happy with how it ended up looking
yeah.
and feeling. Yeah, those block parties were always special to me. Like we threw them in like kind of the neighborhood me and a lot of my friends grew up in, and um, those were always special. They'll always like have a good place in my heart. Played some special shows in like Spain too that were like really like quite the opposite in terms of like the block party used to have like, you know, we'd have like 200, 300 people there. Like they were like big spectacles. In Spain, I played a lot of like just like open night mics by myself, just
Right.
like playing guitar. But like again, in the balanced way, I like feel like they're like equally special in different ways.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, because with the block parties, you kind of like it's like your own community that you've built up, right? And it's
Yeah.
kind of like everybody that you know, more or less. I don't know.
Yeah, it was a lot of like a friends and family affair and like kind of like a neighborhood thing. And
Yeah.
that was really cool about that. Also just played some like great shows this year. We've played a ton of shows over the years at 9910. And like
I
I
like
have
it's
I
cool.
have a good relationship with like Clint there. I don't know if you know Clint.
Is he the owner of it? Or
He books it.
oh, okay. No, I haven't met him, but
You should meet him. He's a beauty. Clint's the
yeah.
best. And yeah, that's been like a go-to for sure for us for venues because he's just such a beauty. The staff there, all beauties, and it's a great venue.
Yeah.
Great venue.
What's the open mic nights in Spain? How do they compare to like doing an open mic night here?
I did way more open mic nights there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, I think the nice thing about like an open mic setting or like a more chill setting is like you really get the chance to experiment because you don't have to like at all play to like the expectation or like songs that like people might expect from you if they're going to your show as like a friend or a fan or whatever.
Yeah.
And also because I think at larger shows with more people, obviously like having that energy is awesome and super helpful and like there's nothing that matches that like vibe of like sick. I'm like doing this thing with an audience.
Yeah.
But again, I think equally important is like, okay, you go to like an open mic by yourself, no one knows you.
Yeah.
Like there's more of a like putting in the work feel to that I also think is important and fun of like, okay, like no one here knows who the fuck I am, and now I have to try to win over this audience or like make them feel something or communicate my ideas to them.
Yeah. Just have a good time all together, right?
Yeah,
More or less.
for sure.
So yeah, that rooftop gig last night, CKUA. How did you it was really cool. I've never been to like a rooftop gig before. It was the setup you had was really nice. You can see it on my story, by the way. I took some vids, some pics for whoever's watching this. Um, really ambient. Like I like the chill, like kind of laid back vibe of it. But how did you get involved with like I've seen that CKUA building all the time. Like I drive past it 1,000 times. Like how did you get involved with like do you know the people that run the building? Because it's like a radio network, right?
It's a radio network. They're like pretty big radio network across Alberta. I think they're probably the largest independent radio.
Oh wow.
I would say for sure probably the largest independent radio in Alberta. I know a guy there, Tom. Shout out to Tom Tinsky. He helped set up the show. He used to work at another venue called Colab,
Okay.
and Colab was really close to my friend's place, one of my close friends, on like kind of like 97th Avenue, like not far from there at all. 97th Street, sorry. So I met Tom when he was like booking shows at Colab, and then Tom moved to CKUA, and I think it was kind of his idea. I could be wrong about that, but he's like the events coordinator at CKUA now.
Oh cool.
So he went there and I think he was like, why aren't we using this patio space? Like it's so awesome.
Might as well, right?
And like, why don't we have shows up here? So
Yeah.
then he was trying to get people to throw shows up there. And I was like, oh, I'll throw a show up there for sure.
Yeah, might as
That
well.
sounds great. And yeah, and then over the summer it made more and more sense, I think, because I was lucky enough to like get a bunch of spins this summer from CKUA and like
Yeah.
make connections with some DJs there too. So
Yeah. You could
it
tell
was
that.
like,
Sorry, go ahead.
no,
I was just gonna say you could tell that they were using the rooftop for something at least because there was a barbecue shoved in the corner.
yeah, there was a barbecue. There was a barbecue. And they actually gave us the option of using the barbecue, which would have been
Oh shit.
sick, but was just like an extra thing to figure out. So I was like, ah, fuck it, no barbecue.
Fair
Would
enough.
have been awesome though.
That would have been cool.
Yeah.
So they gave you a bunch of spins over the summer? On that?
Yeah. I got like mad blessings this summer with the radio. They CKUA has played me quite a few times. CBC has played my new singles. CJSR, also like some random radio stations in the Maritimes.
Oh, weird.
Weird. And I've tried to email them being like, who's playing my stuff? And like they won't answer me,
That's really weird.
which is also weird. And then they just keep playing it. I'm like, okay, cool.
And royalties.
Well, no, I get the royalties. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, it shows me. I just want to thank them.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it shows you on like your Apple Music for artists, it'll be like your like radio, there's like a radio spins tab. And so then like recently I just started noticing like all these ones from the Maritimes. I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah.
So then it shows you the station. So I tried to email the station and I just like haven't answered my emails.
Just ghosting. That's weird.
That's
It's like, you kind of think is like, does anybody even work there? Is like a ghost playing my songs on their?
true. It might be, I don't know. And I'm not in the Maritime, so I can't even confirm.
Yeah, interesting. But yeah, that's awesome that you have all those connections that can get your stuff out there for you. That's sweet. That's the gift of meeting people and connecting, right?
Yeah, it's been super nice. And really, like I've never had stuff like that until yeah, 3 months ago. It's
Cool.
really been these like two singles this summer that have kind of like had that radio ripple effect, which has
Yeah,
been
really,
like really awesome.
really popping off. Um, how did you feel about the rooftop gig?
It was sweet.
Yeah,
It was sweet. I think the vibes were like very nice. We got really lucky with the weather.
yeah, totally.
Um, and it was like it's just like an easy space to like make feel good because it's like all the old brick and stuff and
Yeah,
like nice view, good weather.
yeah.
Also my friend who did the gig with me, Firebird, he did like a great job of like he was like, dude, we got to put plants, we got to put like string lights. So he like bought all those string lights and put them up
Oh,
and
that was all him.
yeah,
That
yeah.
looked really well put together. It was cool.
Looked really good, yeah.
So,
And just like that's I think the nice thing about a space that nice is you just add little touches and it's like all of a sudden it feels complete, you know.
yeah,
So yeah, I thought it went super well. It's lots of fun playing. There's lots of good people there. Thanks again for coming.
yeah, of course.
Um, and yeah, it was a blast. It was fun.
So there was Firebird, and then there was another guitarist. Sorry, I can't remember his name. Sorry.
That's Drop Dead Matt. That's actually like my little stepbrother.
Oh, cool. Nice.
Yeah,
It's cool that
yeah.
you guys kind of like all shared the stage, kind of came like tag teamed in and out, and like did stuff together too.
Yeah, thanks. I thought it was super fun doing it that way.
Yeah, it all flowed really nice.
Super fun doing that way. And I think keeps a nice mix too, because like Mike was doing like more like, yeah, hip hop shit, and then I was playing my guitar and
Yeah,
kind of keeps the vibes varied in a good way, I think.
yeah. Thank you for the shout out for the show, by the way. Before you did it.
Of course. I mean, dude, we're doing the pod today. It was yesterday, so
Yeah, yeah. You did. You did that shout out that did cigarettes and alcohol, and that was really cool.
yeah.
Yeah. I was like, did he like get these prepared for me? No, he probably like he already likes Oasis or something.
No, dude, I can't lie.
Yeah.
I was already gonna cover cigarettes and alcohol, but given that we were doing the pod today and you were just in Toronto for Oasis, like I'm like,
It all
okay,
worked,
this makes sense
it all
to
worked out.
but even that I didn't plan. I was just like I don't really plan what I'm gonna say up there. So I think I was just up there and like thought of it or saw you or whatever and was like, oh yeah.
Nice. Cool, cool. Um, so you played Sea to Sky. That was really cool, and you did it with another singer, right?
Yeah, that's Opal Chaplin.
Yeah, that was really nicely put together. I like that a lot. Um, and Sea to Sky was released earlier this year.
Yep, that was the first song I put out this summer, first song I put out this year with Opal. She's super talented, also just like super cool person. And she's the lead singer in Monk's on Call, which if you haven't checked them out, they're like exceptional,
Nice,
exceptional local band.
nice. And then you have Lemon Rind, which is your most recent single.
Yeah, those are the two I put out this year. Yeah.
Yeah. Tell us, can you tell us kind of like a bit of backstory for both and kind of how they came together, each single?
Sure. What do you want to know? Just like,
Anything that comes to mind. How
okay.
songs came together, where you recorded them. I don't know.
Well, both of them I recorded just like always like in a room like this. I
Yeah,
always just record like in my apartment or wherever. I mean, before this was my apartment, now it'll be here.
yeah,
Uh, and both of them started on the guitar. That's usually how I start. It's just jam around on the guitar, find something I like, and then if I like it, I'll just kind of start mumbling lyrics to myself.
right.
And then if I like those, then I'll record them or write them down or whatever I need to do to like put them down.
Yeah,
And that's been more and more, I mean, it's exclusively kind of now like my workflow for writing. So I think like if the idea is good on the guitar when I'm singing it, then it lives. And if it's not, then it dies. And if it lives, then that's the point where I take it to the computer and I start adding tracks and trying to produce it out.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, that was the case for both of those songs. And uh yeah, Opal sang on Sea to Sky. I've been trying to work on music with her for like a while just because I mean, one, we're yeah, friends, but also because I love how she writes and what she does and her band. So um I just sent her the demo of the song and was like, "Do you want to hop on this?" And she did, which was great. And I
Uh,
think she really like elevated it.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah. Yeah. So then, I mean, that's pretty much it to both of them. Most of my songs I write that way.
Yeah.
And I write a lot of songs. So it's more of a matter of like, I just try to like spit out ideas whenever I have them. And then they'll sit in my pile of kind of like demos in an unrefined form. And then if one stands out to me, and that's back to like the whether you like something or not, it's like something I can't explain.
Yeah.
It's just like at some point I would have been listening to my project folder of demos and been like, this one's cool.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, okay, well now I'm gonna put it out.
Nice.
And that's pretty much how I operate them.
It's really it's cool to hear like other people's way of how they write songs because I'll hear someone say, I start with the lyrics. I start with the melody. I start with, a beat on my hand and my leg or something like that.
Yeah.
It's so cool to see how each person does it in their own way.
Yeah, it is cool. And I mean, even my friends that I make music with, they all start different ways, I think.
Yeah.
But for me, yeah, it's usually like just playing the guitar and then just like saying some shit out loud.
Yeah.
And then if something like tweaks my brain, then I'll start going off that.
Yeah.
And I agree with your sentiment from earlier too. I think like usually if it's good, I'll have the song done in 30 minutes, an hour, you know.
That's funny you say
If
that.
it's not good, it's yeah.
Yeah. It reminds me what something else Noel said. He's like, if it's good, it comes right away, and I'll be done it within like half an hour or an hour. If
Yeah.
it's that good. If it's not good, I'll be chasing it. I'll be chasing it, and it just won't get anywhere. Right?
Yeah. I mean, I try not to like, as I kind of already said, I try to like not intellectualize it. Like I like music with feeling.
Yeah. Of course.
And I write a lot, so I think it's more like if there's something that like emotionally resonates with me, I'll chase it, but I don't ever want it to like feel hard to chase. Because
Yeah.
then I'm like thinking and trying to like project an idea instead of just like letting a feeling kind of like smatter out of me.
It's kind of almost like you're trying to force it.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't really write any songs long form anymore. Like I would never leave a session with a song incomplete. I just wouldn't.
Yeah.
It's more like I decide after once it's in the demo folder if it's like releasable or not. Because like if I'm writing and hit a point where I'm like I'm forcing the idea, I just stop writing.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, okay, that's my idea for today.
Yeah. And that's just
I
it.
never want to be like, what's a cool next line? Like that's not how I operate.
Yeah. That's cool because there's like you have your own way of operating, and there's not really necessarily like there's not a wrong way to do it.
No, absolutely
Everybody
not.
does it their
Yeah.
own way, and that's what brings the best out of them, right?
Yeah. And like later on, I'll think when I'm mixing it or producing, or I'll like that probably like is it your right brain? My right brain probably turns on more and is like, okay, now I'm like thinking more technically. But yeah, for like actually writing the lyrics and like the core of the song, I try to keep it all like, I should not be thinking. I should just be like,
Just do it,
that's
right?
why I feel like it is like very diary-esque.
Yeah,
Because it's like I just want it to be like a real reflection of what I'm feeling right now. And if that's happening, it's almost like I'm having like an emotional conversation with someone.
of course.
So I'm not like filtering it.
Yeah.
And then later when it's in the demo pile, I'm like, hi, Junior. My cat's poking his head in here.
Oh, nice.
Um, it's like later when it's in the demo folder, I'm almost like deciding like, was that a good journal entry or not?
Yeah.
You know? Like, was that actually like a refreshing new emotional idea I had, or was that just like me being like really mad or something or
Yeah.
sad or whatever? And I mean, some of those are good. Not to say they're not good, but you know what I mean? Sometimes you like have some feelings and you're like, oh yeah, like those feelings were like really valid and dude,
Yeah.
really valid and like that makes sense to me. And then sometimes you have feelings where you're like, oh, that just like I don't know what I was thinking there.
Yeah. You're kind of like almost like you're at the point of like kind of having to question yourself and having a conversation with yourself to
Dude, that's
understand and know. And got a special guest,
yes, sir. This is Junior the cat.
Jinya.
Junior, yeah. Say hi, Junie.
I'm assuming girl. I don't want to assume.
He's a guy.
He's a guy. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, buddy. Sorry, Josh, one sec.
It's all good, man.
Okay, we good.
Yeah. But like, yeah, it gets to that point where you're like kind of questioning yourself and having that conversation with yourself to be able to understand where to take the music, right?
Yeah, and it's more like if it just like feels real to me later on.
Yeah.
Like I'm not trying to make it sound like I like wouldn't put something out if it was like really like sad or mad. Like I'd do that for sure. But it's more like, yeah, does it like still resonate with me later on?
Yeah, totally.
And then if it does, that's where I'm like, okay, maybe now this goes to like phase two production.
Yeah.
Start actually thinking and stop just smattering.
Yeah. And then it's it's awesome that you have your own studio. I mean, it saves you all the money from having to go to like a like professional studio, whatever. That's
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, I still like I like the vibe sometimes of like a professional studio, but I made that decision I think pretty early on when I was first producing. I mean, again, my first stuff was like literally like so janky in GarageBand, recording vocals, rapping into the computer mic.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
The good old days.
yeah, but I think too, like there's something about like it being my own space that's nice.
Yeah.
And then I went to like some big studio sessions at like a proper studio probably when I was like 18 or 19 and like first taking it seriously.
Hmm.
And it wasn't even like, I mean, it was partially the money, but it was like partially just the vibes. Like I was just like, oh, so now I'm in here and like I feel like I'm on this clock and like money's running as I'm trying to get this idea down
For sure, yeah.
versus like being in here where I'm like chill, take my time, do whatever.
Yeah,
So then, yeah, I was just like, okay, like it'll be cheaper in the long run to just get some of my own shit and learn how to do this
totally.
and probably chiller too. And then that's more of the payoff. Like it has been probably cheap for sure, cheaper, but also I love the vibes of like you just set up the speakers wherever you have your interface, you have a mic, you have a guitar, like there you go. There's your studio.
Yeah. You don't feel like you're like you have like a might be kind of dark, like a noose around your neck or something, or you're like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like
No.
you're being like watched constantly in like the studio with like a chokehold or something.
Yeah, I think there's something about it being like more relaxing that's like fosters good creativity for me.
Yeah, and it kind of gives you that breathing room to be able to do what you need to do without all that extra stress.
Yeah, it's more flexible. And so I think I just thought, well, if I can just like teach myself how to do this a bit, it'll be more flexible. And I think that's definitely been the case.
Yeah.
Like me and my friends even will take the speakers and an interface and a mic, we'll go out to like somebody's cabin. Well, you can set up a studio there.
That's dope. Nice.
And also like on that collaborative thing too, it's like we'll often have sessions here in the city where it's like the studio set up at someone's place and we're all kind of like naturally taking turns
Yeah.
recording, but you don't have to feel like that noose around your neck because you're like, okay, I'll lay an idea. Oh, now I'm like kind of feeling like, oh, I need to like think about this for a bit. And then like I'll go play like Xbox with my friend and someone else like hops on the mic and if we were in a real studio, man, we'd burn so much money because that's like kind of our vibe. So it's like very relaxed, but if we were in there, we'd get to the end of the fucking session and be like, well, you guys owe us $700 now, and we'd be like, fuck, you know,
Can I wash some dishes?
like, yeah, yeah,
But yeah, man, like home really is where the heart is. It's, yeah,
truly,
really no other way of thinking about it. Like,
yeah,
and then you did See the Sky and Lemon Rind all on your own in the your own studio there.
yep,
Nice.
yep. I produce those tracks here. All my stuff I just produce home studio.
And then you do have a few albums on Spotify.
I do.
Jericho, Untitled, Matter.
Yeah,
Those are all produced on your own?
all home studio. Yeah,
Wow.
self-produced home studio.
Yeah, because two came out in 2023 and one came out in 2024, right?
Yeah,
That's a grind. That's a lot of work.
I was doing a lot of songs. Yeah, I still am doing a lot of songs. I just put out less.
Yeah, for
That's the only difference. I have like 110 demos in my demo folder right now.
so there is future plans to make more albums, obviously.
Yeah, there's more albums on the way for sure. Yeah.
Um, you want to tell us a little bit about Jericho Untitled and Matter? We can wrap it up.
Sure, yeah. I mean, uh that kind of this kind of mentality of just being pure feeling and also getting more in the exercise of just like music as a daily habit, that kind of started with Jericho for me.
Okay.
Um, so I think that like at that time in my life when I started working on Jericho, I had just like gone through a lot of transitioning, I suppose. The biggest of which was like I got sober, which was like a huge deal for me.
Awesome.
And
Congratulations, by the way.
thanks.
I know what that's like. Yeah. But anyways,
Yeah, I mean like well then you feel me and then I feel you too, man. It's yeah, it was a big deal for me. Definitely changed my life, made me like think about a lot of things more seriously
yeah.
and more loosely and I just think I was like had reached a point before that where I was maybe not stagnant with music because I was still doing it, but just like that whole period felt like a refresh of everything in my mind. And I was just like, okay, like I just want to go back to like writing songs all the time for fun.
Yeah.
And like that's how I started was just like I just write down my feelings because it's fun and I just make songs because it's fun.
Yeah.
And so then like around that time with Jericho, I like really started doing that again. Didn't really even have intentions initially to like release an album. It's just like that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm just gonna do it every day, even if the song sucks, even if the idea is bad.
The passion's there, right?
Yeah, the passion was definitely like back in a big way. And then did Jericho, felt really good about it, was like, oh, this is awesome. Like I'm back in this daily habit. I'm feeling really good about it. And like, yeah.
Yeah.
And so then the train just like kind of kept rolling. And I feel like too, just like, yeah, having like also a refresh in terms of like my life, my emotions, everything else. I would like had a lot of things to say. So then Untitled and Matter followed as just like a natural, I think, like domino effect of like me finishing Jericho and being like, that was really fun. I want to do more.
Yeah.
And then starting a new one. And then I thought, well, this will for sure, I'll need to like chill out after this. And then I finished Untitled. I was like, I have more ideas, do more.
Yeah. Might as well.
So it was very natural though. Like it was just like that was all it was just like I was like thinking of it as just like really fun and trying to just do it every day. And also it became like super fun because I got to like see myself get better and progress.
That's awesome.
Um, so that I guess is the reason why so much music came out in like such a short time span during those things was kind of like life reset and then like a lot to say and newfound diligence.
Yeah.
And I still do that for sure. Like as I said, I've written a ton of songs since Matter came out.
Yeah.
But I also think I took some of the like the lessons I learned doing those three albums and was like, okay, now I want to like apply these lessons. So I'm like taking a step back to almost like force myself to be like more purposeful.
Yeah. Yeah, when you when you get sober, it kind of like you kind of see life in a whole new way, right?
100%, man.
You feel things you never maybe you felt before but you lost, or just new things you haven't felt before. And you can really resonate that and put it towards something that like an art or an interest or whatever, right? And that's what it sounds like that you have done to make it
Yeah.
to achieve what you wanted to achieve with it, right?
Yeah, for sure, man. I mean,
Drive too.
what you're describing definitely resonates with me. I've talked about it with like friends of mine who've gone sober too before, and it's like when you're freshly sober, I feel like I was like, oh man, like I feel like I'm like 14.
Yeah.
Like I'm just like it's really weird too because it's like you've had all these experiences, but as you kind of said nicely, like you're like re-experiencing them, and it almost feels like you're experiencing them for the first time
Yeah.
because you're like not like numbed out. So you're like, whoa,
Yeah.
like this is what it's like to like go to a party and just be like
Just chill. Yeah.
not fucked up, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, 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 totally.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's kind of like the light bulb that shines over your head.
Yeah. Yeah. It's yeah, it was important. And definitely musically it did that to me too, where I was like, damn, this is nice.
This is a nice change. Yeah.
Yeah. And I had lots of as like I don't know, like I'm sure you feel me on this too, but like lots of like pent up feelings too, being freshly sober, right? So that was where there was a lot of ideas to get out to because I was
Right.
like, damn, I got a lot of shit to say.
Very much so. A lot of shit to say, a lot of shit to figure out, right?
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
It sounds like you have like that kind of oasis-y attitude to your music, like, living life and having fun and being carefree, because that's what they were all about. And it kind of just the way you're describing it kind of sounds like that's what you're all about too.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, I think that like so many, like Oasis for sure, but like so many, to me, that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Like to me, the whole reason I got into music in the first place was because you're a kid and you hear a song and it helps you soundtrack your life, or it helps you with a hard experience because you're like, someone else is experiencing this. Or
Yeah.
it helps you with a happy experience because you're like, this song makes this thing. It's that like connection of it to your life that I think for me and I think a lot of other people is just like what made me fall in love with it
Yeah.
was like this makes me understand myself and the world and like other people better.
Yeah. And it only elevates that too, right?
Yeah, for sure. So I think that like my writing has always been the same thing where I'm like I like it doesn't really matter what I'm writing about or saying. It's just like as long as it's like me and it's real, then like that's the important thing, you know?
As long as it comes, s- sounds cliche, but as long as it comes from the heart, right?
Yeah, exactly, dude.
Always where the
100%.
heart is.
I will give you credit, Josh. Both the cliches you've used them better than anyone could use them.
Oh,
Like perfect timing on home is where the heart is and it starts in the heart. Both of those were good uses of
I appreciate
cliches.
that. Thank you, man. Um, I guess I'll ask you one more thing before we kind of wrap it up here. Do you have anything coming out this year that you plan on releasing?
I don't know. I
No?
actually don't know at this point because my game plan for the summer was kind of the two singles, play lots of gigs, um and that's kind of concluded as of yesterday.
Right.
Um
I guess kind of like the show season, festival season's kind of over, hey?
yeah, and I am working towards like a new project, but I don't think that's coming this year. Probably next year.
Okay, that's fair. So something is coming. Just have to wait a little bit.
Yeah, longer than the end of the year, but yeah, I got another album in the works, so
But
next year, if
it'll be
that
worth,
counts.
it'll be worth the wait.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hopefully, yeah, yeah. Definitely for me.
Yeah. Awesome. Um, I want to ask you actually another thing. So I think I was texting Firebird last night, like just, you know, good show, whatever. Just kind of
Yeah.
talking to him about Oasis, and he says that you guys are planning to go next year,
Yeah.
if you can.
Yeah, I think we both felt like bozos because um it was one of those things where like, of course you want to go, but then you're like, well, are we actually gonna like spend thousands of dollars and like fucking go to like somewhere and blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
And then as soon as the fucking tour kicked off, we were both like, man, we're fucking idiots. Let's try to go. But then it's like, okay, now we're like already behind the ball,
Yeah.
because we didn't just jump at it. And then it's gotten worse because then I'm like saw people at Folk Fest and shit. I saw my friends who like went and saw them in Wembley and they're like, it was the best experience of my life. Like, da, da, da. And I'm just like,
Yeah, I gotta agree with them. It was like kind of religious.
yeah, yeah, truly. And like,
Once in a lifetime. Like whatever fucking thing I say about it, I feel like I'm underselling how good it actually is.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah. So we both kind of like I think regretted that. And it's another good reminder, like, some things are just worth just like blindly firing at.
Life
And good
short.
for you for doing it, life short. And so if they announce a second leg, which I guess is the rumor, we both just kind of like swore to ourselves, like we will not fuck up again. We
Yeah,
will go.
yeah, for sure. Because you guys haven't seen them yet, right?
No, I've never seen.
Yeah, that was my first time too on
Yeah.
Sunday there. There is rumors going around that they're going to announce a European leg for 26, like Nebworth and like Rome and stuff like that. So I really want to go experience a UK crowd. I don't think it could even come close to comparing to here.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm sure Toronto was bonkers, but I
Yeah,
definitely like think Europe would be.
where it's at.
I mean, they were just so much bigger there always. And
Yeah,
like I'm Irish, my dad's from Dublin. Like that's another, I guess, personal connection to that kind of like cultural religious ethos that they have is like it would be insane to see them anywhere and I'd go anywhere.
yeah.
But that also like was something where I was like, I would rather see them in Europe, and it also like, fuck, dude, like they're a croak and shit. It's like breaking my heart. It's like, holy fuck.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I think I lined up at like 2 p.m. or something. I don't know. I think the doors opened at like 4:30, but the stadium didn't open till
Well,
5:30.
your seats were sick.
I was like 10 feet from the rail, man. I was
Yeah.
close. Yeah, like when they walked out together holding hands, I felt like I couldn't breathe for a second. I was so,
Yeah. It would be crazy.
but
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, I'd be the same. I'd be the same.
I can only imagine what a crowd in like Argentina or like Brazil would be.
No, probably crazy, dude. I always like, dude, they have crazy fucking crowds.
I know it's
Every festival's that video I've seen from South America, regardless of like what the genre is or the show, it always seems like they're just like bonkers.
I would almost argue that like South America is even better than the UK in some instances.
Potentially it could be, yeah. I think the biggest problem with like, not to like hate on my own continent, but like part of the reason that I think Europe would be better, and also not to hate on you seeing them because I'm sure it was like also, yeah, again, just insane. But there's a difference between like understanding it in your like fucking bones versus like I want to go to the show because it's like hype and I've seen it on Instagram.
Yeah, and I like Wonderwall, so I want to go see it.
Right. And I feel like North America is going to get way more crowds. I mean, I'm sure like there's also going to be a ton of people like you in the crowd who like love it and want to be there and understand it. And I'm not the type either to like hate on a casual fan. Like be a casual fan, that's great. But for someone who like loves the music, it's like regardless of who the artist is, there's something like special about uh being in an environment where you like know everyone is like feeling it too, you know?
Yeah, I like that you mentioned that because I think I told this to you last night, but it was one of the first concerts I've seen in a very long time where there was not many people on their phones.
Right. Like, dude, that is significant.
Yeah,
And that's great to hear that's happening in North America too, but that would kind of be my fear
yeah,
for like certain shows where I'm like, no hate, but it's like if I'm going to a concert of any artist, I'd way rather see a bunch of people who are truly in the moment, like seeing that artist being like, this is awesome, versus like people being like, I'm doing this as like a checklist thing. Look at my Instagram story. There's this artist.
plus you paid all this money, right?
Right.
Travel
Yeah.
and everything. Why would you just sit there and watch it
Yeah. Yeah.
when it's going to be uploaded anyways by another phone or whatever?
Yeah, for sure. Dude, did you ever hear like what was happening to like Steve Lacy on his tour?
No, no.
Oh, when you know who Steve Lacy is in like Bad Habits, you know,
I don't.
I bite my tongue, it's a bad habit.
It sounds kind of familiar.
You know, was you mad if I tried to make a pass at it? Anyways, Steve Lacy, he's a cool artist. He had like quite a like devoted, I think, like crowd of fans of his own, kind of coming into blowing up more. He put out the song Bad Habits. Bad Habits became like this mega hit. And part of it was like it was a mega hit on TikTok. And then there was this interesting dialogue around it because he was running into this issue of like he wasn't like major like arenas. So he's going and playing venues like the Commodore or something in Vancouver,
Yeah.
where it's like, you know, mid-sized venue, good venue, but then like having 80% of his tickets bought out sometimes by like people on TikTok who only want to see Bad Habits. And
Uh,
like his kind of core fans sometimes missing out on tickets.
yeah.
And then there was like all this footage and stuff of like him getting pissed at shows because it would be like nobody cares for 10 songs. And then he plays Bad Habits and it's like everyone out kind of trying to clip
Yeah.
the
Totally.
fucking 10 seconds.
Yeah. I would be pissed off too.
Yeah, yeah. Like I think that like some people were saying like, oh well, he should be grateful that like he's fucking become so huge. And like I see that side, but I'm also like I think I'm way more on like the side of not like go to something because you like it. Don't go to something to
Just
clout chase or for the
like
internet, you know?
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah. I saw videos of people like Shazamming songs at the Oasis
Oh
concert.
yeah, those were so funny. That's so good.
People are losing their tickets to this person. But
Yeah, yeah. Even like my girlfriend's like a huge Swiftie. And she went to the show in Vancouver. And I really respected her attitude about it. So she like was clamoring for tickets, obviously,
yeah,
because it was like the same shit. It was like you gotta wait in queues and like blah blah blah. Will you even get tickets? And she got extra tickets. So she had like a set of tickets because she bought like one drop where they came out, but they were like the tickets behind the stage. Then she ended up getting better tickets in like some separate drop. So she like didn't know what to do with her tickets. And a bunch of her friends were being like, sell the tickets, sell the tickets.
yeah,
Like you could make thousands of dollars on the tickets. And she was like, no, like I'm giving these tickets to someone who gives a shit. So she ended up like going down and like finding some little girl outside who didn't have tickets, but was just there to like be in the vibes of the Taylor Swift concert.
yeah,
She
totally.
gave this little girl and her mom the tickets and they went and they probably had the fucking best time. But I was like so like fucking happy with her and proud of her because I was like, that is like the right thing to do.
That's really cool for her to.
Like fuck someone who wants to like pay $1,000 just to like be like, whoa, Shazam, what song is this? You know? And I appreciate it too, because like she's not like necessarily into music like I am, but she loves Taylor Swift.
Yeah,
But I was like, this is cool because you like have the same kind of attitude where you're like, these should be going to the real fans.
of,
Like it shouldn't be some Ticketmaster Palooza, like blah 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 blah. Like I want to see the people who are gonna like love this like I love it also go.
of course. I totally agree with you there. And then there's also the bots on Ticketmaster.
Yeah.
I'm gonna assume it's Ticketmaster's own bots that they buy tickets on the platform themselves and they resell it for like double or triple the price.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it makes the experience a lot harder and just a lot more annoying.
For sure, man. And even outside of like again, it's like not like I can be in charge of like who goes to a fucking show. So like you want to clout chase at a show or like do it for Instagram, that's fine. But like beyond even like real fans getting access, it also I think sucks that like when they do that reselling botting bullshit, it's like you also I think and maybe it's like uncontrollable, but like I would like to see people be able to go see an artist they love regardless of like what their income level is.
Yeah, totally,
You
exactly.
know, within reason, right? Like it's like, okay, fair enough. Like you're an artist, you want to charge a certain amount for your tickets, but like is it fair to have like a fucking class system for fucking tickets?
It's not.
You know, like that's also crazy. Like
Everybody should have like, an equal opportunity. Like, I mean,
right. And I think that's the biggest problem with that shit. Because maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think it used to be like that. Like, sure, it probably was still easier if you're rich to be like, yeah, I want to go see the show.
Sorry, one sec, you cut out. I gotta reset.
Sorry.
Set there. Hello?
Hi.
Here we go. Sorry.
No worries. It doesn't even matter because I was just ranting about something completely separate.
Yeah. No, but it just feels like it's getting harder and harder for people,
right?
Especially that people that love the artist as much as they do to get tickets.
Right. And that's the thing. Like, it's not like you can ever eliminate that. Like, sure, I'm sure back in the day, it's still easier for a rich person to buy a ticket and go than someone with less money.
Yeah, exactly.
But how extreme do you want that gap to get?
Yeah, there's a fine line, right?
Because it's like, it seems to me like back in the day, it was still within a range enough that it's like, if I'm a fucking working class person, I want to go to the show, well, I can like, it's easier for me to shell up some money and do it. And it's not just only people with thousands of dollars to blow that can go to the show.
Exactly. Yeah, hopefully it's hopefully it gets figured out.
Yeah, I know. I hope so too. I wish I could offer solutions, but all I can do is rant about it.
Yeah, we can only rant about it. We don't have any control over it. I just hope it's a lot better than worse over time.
Yeah.
But I think I'll end it off on that note. It was a pleasure having you on here. It was a good talk, and it was great to hear about what you're all about and have to offer. And it was, I already said it was a good talk. I don't need to say that again.
Well, thank you, man. I appreciate you having me. Cool of you to do this, and super nice to talk to you. Thanks. Shout out Right On Radio. Thank you for the shirt.
Yeah, no problem.
Shirt's fire. I should have worn it. What the fuck am I doing, man?
Yeah, I was kind of like, is he gonna wear it? I don't know.
Did I get it? It's here. One sec.
Yeah, if you want to plug it on the screen. Hell yeah.
I can't hear you, but I think you can hear me.
I can hear you.
Let's go.
Hell yeah. Nice. It looks good on you.
Represent, baby.
Yeah, hell yeah. The first shirt. It looks good on you.
Thanks, man. It's a fire shirt.
Hell yeah. I'll have to make more.
Anyways. Yeah. Thanks, Josh. Appreciate it, man.
Right on. And have a good rest of your long weekend.
You too. Peace, man.
See the sky. Hey, when I get sick of these parties, used to smoke down like Miley.